That's huge.
Holy
Yeah.
Pick a handful of farkleberries. Medical science says they're good for what ails you.
That is beautiful.
Farkleberry,
Look at that.
sparkleberry, Spartan, Samson. You're probably more accustomed to calling them blueberries. Same thing, same all-American nourishment. The majestic blueberry by the handful. That's up next on Chef's Afield.
These are beautiful.
Since the mid-1990s, Portland, Oregon has become a center for the culinary arts, a place where they proclaim the gospel of locally grown food.
As far as I'm concerned, Portland is the promised land for a chef who wants to be close to his ingredients.
Supported by lush, green, clean farms that fill the Columbia and Willamette River valleys, Portland has developed a restaurant scene defined by this landscape.
The ingredients is what really inspires how we cook in the kitchen. Our visits to the farm, our talks with the farmer.
Vitaly Pali came from back east in 1994 to open Pali's Place. Vitaly is a James Beard Award-winning chef and a pioneer of the Portland food scene.
Our philosophy on food is very simple. We find the best possible ingredients we can. We put a little artistic twist on them, and we just simply present them on a plate. The real stars of our show are the farmers we work with.
Over the years, Vitaly has built relationships, connections, knowing the farm families, their histories. The pictures of the farmers adorn the restaurant wall.
Everybody we work with has something special that they grow. We want to be able to feature it. We want to be able to talk about it. We want our customers to enjoy it.
Pali is only a short ride from the abundance of the farms.
Well, Vitaly, I'm really glad you were able to come out to the farm and see blueberries for yourself.
I am really excited to do this. This is incredible out here. Gorgeous.
It's summer in Canby, Oregon, a half hour from Portland. Chef Vitaly is visiting Vern Gingrich's berry farm.
Well, what's the good weather for a berry?
For a maturing blueberry, good weather for Oregon anyways, in the 80s.
So these are perfect days then, just about 80 degrees and
Beautiful days.
a little breeze and...
Beautiful day for a berry and a picker. Yeah.
Vern is the fourth generation on these acres.
Vern, tell me a little bit about the family history here on the farm.
My great-grandfather came in from Nebraska in 1919.
How big of a farm did you start with?
The first planting was 15 acres. Now we're up to 100. And we have like 16 different varieties. As we walk through, you can see some of the different shapes and sizes of the plants and taste the different flavor profiles of the fruit. Here we go. Here's some nice fruit.
Oh, wow, look at the size of those.
It's nice and plump. Because it has a little bit of a darker blue on it, it's going to be, I'll bet you if you want to taste one, it's going to be fairly sweet, but still have nice texture in your mouth. It won't be soft. It shouldn't be soft anyway.
No, it's got a nice texture, yeah. Nice crunch, pretty balanced.
Unlike,
Sweet.
yeah, unlike maybe one
Meaty.
of the smaller ones that aren't quite ripe yet, you know, obviously their sugar levels are going to be a little lower.
Yeah.
And this is how I'd like to eat them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like to be able to switch it up a little bit. Each berry's got its own different character.
Yeah.
It's interesting. On the same plant, you taste one, it's sweeter, then the other one's got a little bit more acid. Same profile, but very different. These are beautiful. What is this variety?
Blue crop?
Blue crop.
Yes.
Sweet and delicious. Warm from the sun. Most people don't know what it's like to be able to stand in a field and taste berries like this. This is great. I noticed clusters have varying degrees of ripeness here. Is that why you're picking by hand?
Yes, yeah.
So how many times around will you go through picking?
We'll go through this field at least 3 times, maybe even 4.
Blueberries grow in clusters and do not ripen all at once.
What is the white stuff on them?
It's a sheen that helps protect the fruit. It's actually kind of a waxy covering. And if you rub it, you can kind of rub it off. When you sell fresh, you want that sheen on it. It just helps protect it. And actually, if a consumer's looking at fresh fruit, if that sheen's on there, that means it's been picked and handled properly and it looks very well.
Nature gives the blueberry that healthy, waxy sheen or bloom.
Here we have some fruit. Go ahead and take this one right here.
This guy right
Yeah, see if it's probably a little sour.
It looks like it needs a little bit more
Oh
time.
yeah, it definitely does. It definitely
All right.
does. Unlike,
Hey, it's not bad.
oh really?
No, it's okay.
Unlike one of these on the end. In fact, I had 2 or 3 here just fall into my hand, so obviously they're ready to go.
Oh, this one is definitely more mature. I mean, it
Yeah.
has not only the sugar, but it has really amazing flavor to it, where the other one just kind of had a little bit of sugar, mostly acid, but no flavor.
No
this
flavor.
One, yeah, this one's got
Flavor
the flavor.
comes out with
Yeah.
the sugar.
Yeah.
Well, blueberries are one of the things that are fun to grow. I mean, you have so many options, fresh, frozen, and so forth. That's kind of the wave right now with all the health attributes of the fruit. So it even makes it more fun. You're the popular guy on the block.
Right,
you
right,
know.
right. Well, that brings up a next question. What's so healthy about these berries?
Blueberries are very high in antioxidant. They have a good supply of vitamin C, and the fibers considered one of the highest of all berries in a blueberry.
Great.
Antioxidants help fight disease. Native Americans knew this. Blueberries were used to treat a variety of ills.
Wow, these are beautiful. Look how much farther they hang. These are older.
Yeah,
bushes.
these are about 28 years old here.
Oh, look at this one. Tell me a little bit about this.
The calyx.
The calyx, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious about
It's
that.
the end of the berry. It's where the end of the bloom would have been. If it has a good calyx, like these are, you can tell these are mature because the calyx isn't sticking out as far as maybe like this one here, where it's raised above the berry. This one is still maturing a little bit. They're not
What's the life cycle of a berry?
Well, it starts from bloom, and we bring in hives of bees.
Are there any problems with bees collapsing, colonies collapsing at all? Is there any problems with
Yeah,
that?
nationwide there is. However, my beekeeper tells me that the West Coast has been somewhat immune from, having such problems. So once it's pollinated, why it goes through the various stages of growth through a green berry. And about 3 weeks ago, these would have started blooming up. Now some of them are ready to eat.
These plants look a little different than the other ones. Are they just younger? Is that a different variety?
It's a Spartan. It produces a nice large fruit, but yet it's soft.
Oh wow, these are very different.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, they kind of nice acid. They taste almost like a black currant. That it just has that little.
How do you like the texture?
The mouthfeel is wonderful. It's got a nice little crunch, and then it just
Yeah.
melts away. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to cook with these. These are incredible.
When you need to fill a bucket for the restaurant, you need some extra hands for the picking.
We got my nephews and nieces out here.
Wow. Hi guys.
Hello. Hi, Chef.
What you doing?
We're picking some Spartan blueberries.
What's the ratio of berries that you put in the bucket and then the ones you actually eat while you're picking?
50-50.
Okay, good.
For me, 75 eat, 25.
Was this part of the family training for you guys to come out to the bushes and pick berries? You do this every summer?
We do this during the evenings when the workers are all gone
Okay.
from picking. And then we pick them for our own kitchen.
Uh-huh. Are you guys going to become blueberry farmers?
No. Yes.
So far, you just love picking.
Is that a
and
trick
eating.
question?
No, no tricks here.
Yes.
Good.
Yes, I'm going to work out here when I
good.
get older.
Need training for picking blueberries? Well, listen to one of the youngest.
Let's say you see a big clump of berries, like let's go right here, and they're all blue. What you can do is you just put your hand over it, and you sort of just go like that.
Wow, look at that. I remember when I was growing up as a kid, I'd stand by the bush and pick to my heart's content and eat them until my mouth was kind of blue, and you know how it is, right?
Yeah.
And then, when I grew up, I still like to eat them, but now I get more creative. So I take them back to the restaurant and I just make something out of them. Anything from blueberry sauce or blueberry ice cream or blueberry cooking, which is kind of a little, it's almost like a muffin with blueberries in it. It's really good. Wow, look at that. You try it. Tell me what you think.
Tastes like a blueberry.
Tastes like a blueberry. Yes, it should. Bro, look at the size of this one. That's pretty.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's mine, Austin.
Grow a good fat berry like that, and a bird will eat it. When that threatens, get yourself a winged protector.
Oh, wow. What's that whistle?
We use a falcon for our bird control. That's our falcon, or Getty, calling in his bird.
While the blueberry is native to North America, the starling is not. Starlings in huge flocks can descend on fields of berries, devouring most of the crop.
We've tried everything that we know of in the book. We've had balloons, streamers, shotguns, noise makers of all kinds. Not one of them, all of them put together, or one of them by themselves, has been as effective as the falcon.
Falconry is far older than modern blueberry farming.
How's it going, guys?
Hey, hey.
Good. Pretty good. Looks like you
doing?
got him.
Going well. We did. He was about a half mile away.
The bird's actually smaller than I thought, but it's beautiful.
So Getty, what's this falcon's name?
This is Chaco, the Sacred Falcon.
Sacred Falcon. Is that the breed of falcon he is?
Yes, that's correct. What we're basically doing is a massive starling conditioning program on all the birds in the area. We train the falcons to pursue and chase the starlings, but not kill the starlings. And so the starlings revert back to a more natural food source.
Falconer Pollard keeps his birds in trim. This one weighs a little more than 1.5 pounds.
Is there a special training that goes in there?
Yeah, it's very natural for a falcon to chase birds, kind of like a cat would chase a mouse.
Okay.
What we do is basically reward that behavior for the falcon. So this falcon would prefer to not have combat if there's an easier way to obtain food.
Ah, okay.
Okay, it's just like maybe a lion or a tiger. They don't really choose to go out there and kill something. They do it out of necessity.
So how fast can they fly?
Well, this little guy, flying flat, could go about 60, 70 miles an hour. And when he's very high in the sky and dives down, he could reach upwards of anywhere from 100 to 200 miles an hour.
Well, can we take the mask off?
Yeah, we're gonna take the little hood off. I need to back up from you guys, and then we can let the bird fly.
Yeah,
all right?
let's do it.
Let's
Thank
do
you,
it.
Getty.
Hey, you're welcome.
Thank you, Getty.
Okay, you guys.
What the falcon does is simply hover, cruise in circles, dive, let himself be seen. Any starling that might think of approaching the farm changes its mind.
There he
There he
goes.
There he goes.
The simple appearance of the distinctive outline of the falcon is enough to keep the berries from being raided.
What he's gonna do right now is go catch a thermal.
Oh, that's pretty amazing. It's just very graceful in the sky, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Whoa, look at that. It seems like a most amazing but very natural way of taking attributes from natural instincts of the animal to put it to good use in a farm. This is incredible.
The winged marauders have been foiled. The harvest is in its final stages, and for that, you need a machine.
Wow, look at this big thing. What's this?
This is our blueberry picker.
Uh-huh.
Bushes come right in through here, and when they get into there, these start spinning, and then they knock all of the blueberries off of the bush.
How about we take this baby for a ride?
Take it for a cruise?
All
Sure,
right.
let's do.
The machine moves slower than walking speed, carefully nudging the berries off the bush.
This is like driving a boat. Some other farms, they do hay rides. Over here, we do a little cruise on the machine here.
Berry picking rides.
Berry picking rides.
The day on the farm is about over, and Chef Vitali is now thinking menu.
Vern, thank you so much for having me on the farm today.
Well, I really appreciate you coming out.
Wow, we got blueberries.
Some more blueberries for you.
Wow,
And
what a present.
We really hope to see you again.
Thank you very much. So, time to go cooking. Who wants to come with me?
Just one thing.
Yes.
Bring me back a pie.
No problem. You got it.
Cobbler.
You got it.
Cobbler? Sure. Or blueberry fritters, blueberry cake, or blueberry soup. The chef keeps creating, ever fresh, ever new ideas, as he strolls one of many farmers markets in Portland.
Hi, Tom. How you doing?
Chef.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
You've got everything I need. How about we start with carrots?
These greens are great to cook with too, of course.
You know what? We take these greens off, and after we roast some meats, we wash the greens and we put the meats on them and let them rest and infuse them with flavor.
Oh, that's
really
great.
nice, actually.
Yeah, it's really like the most
Good.
aromatic part of the vegetable.
It is. You know, I need some small greens to put in a salad. What do you recommend?
Well, we don't have any arugula or any
Okay.
watercress, which I'd recommend, but you might want to try these beet greens.
Really? Don't you need to cook with those?
Oftentimes you do, but these are organic and they are very delicate and sweet, actually.
You know, you're absolutely right. That's delicious.
If you wouldn't mind using like a raw spinach, I think that these are probably just about as delicate as spinach. You know, you're going to want to make something with some heirloom tomatoes and a little cilantro, maybe.
You know what? I think I've got an idea.
Yep.
I'd love to get some of those
that's
tomatoes.
great. Have you seen the Romanesco too?
What is to be on the menu? The calendar, the season will decide.
Hey, Manuel.
Hey, Chef Vitali.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Oh, you know, I haven't seen these before.
These are cornichons. The specific variety is Fin de Mieux. We actually picked up the seed in France, and we package it with a little grape leaf.
What's that for?
Yeah, so the grape leaf releases an enzyme when you're pickling, and it keeps the cornichons crisp.
They actually do smell like cornichon already. Can you eat one raw?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
A little bitter, but pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it. I think I want some herbs.
Okay.
We're gonna be roasting some rabbit.
This is Italian sage. Yeah.
Italian sage, okay.
Yeah. And the flowers are edible on there too.
Yeah,
so.
it's beautiful to garnish plates with this.
Yeah.
Wow, why don't I take some of this too?
Great.
Okay. Kid in the candy store when I come shopping with you. This is great. Wow, check these out.
And those are nasturtiums. Really nice.
May I take these as well?
Of course you can.
Okay, good.
One way or another, this child of Russian immigrants, 15 years in Portland, speaks with farmers nearby every day.
I don't know of any other way of cooking except for cooking in seasons. You get so excited when the season comes around and you're seeing that tomato for the first time and you're seeing that strawberry for the first time. The flavors that explode in your mouth, it just makes it so mouth-watering when you think about the changes of season and the creativity it brings into the kitchen. Welcome to Paley's. You guys ready to start cooking?
Yeah.
We're gonna do 2 dishes today. We're gonna do one savory and then one sweet. Who wants to help me with the sweet and who wants to do a savory?
I'll do sweet.
All right. Savory? Okay, Lily, you ready? You know what we're making? We're gonna cook a little rabbit and we make a little salad out of it. What do you think about that? These are the fresh berries from the farm. And see, these berries we actually dried in the oven a little bit ahead of time. Different texture?
This is like raisin.
Raisin. Ah, perfect. Next, we're going to make our dressing for the salad. And we're gonna make aioli in a fairly old-fashioned way. We're gonna start by chopping some garlic. And aioli literally means garlic and oil. This is called saffron. Saffron is a thread of a flower. It's very fragrant, but most of all, it really provides a vibrant orange color. So we're gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper. Next one, we're gonna add all these eggs. You wanna add this in there? Okay, that's good.
Mustard.
Looks like mustard. Well, guess what? We're gonna add mustard. And you know what mustard will do? It'll help us keep it together.
What's in there?
This is olive oil. So we're gonna rotate with one hand and we're gonna pour oil with another. So we're gonna squeeze a little bit of lemon juice in there. You wanna try?
Do you always taste the food you're
Of
making?
course, that's part of cooking. That's what you do. You're supposed to taste things. Don't you taste your cookie dough when you make it? Aha, see, there you go. We had so many blueberries that you guys picked for us. We really needed to find some use for them. And I thought that the rabbit would be a really natural combination. Rabbit is actually a very mild tasting meat. If I were to compare it to something, it would probably be a little bit like a chicken. It's gonna be ready for salad. We're gonna put it aside for now. Look what we have here. We have some carrots. We're gonna cook with a little bit of water, a little salt and pepper. We're gonna put a couple of bay leaves and a little bit of butter. Do you know what this is? They're called beets. They're really bright red on the inside and they're really, really good for you, but you gotta cook them for a long time. So instead of using these, we're actually gonna use the greens because the greens are really tender and really sweet. Do you wanna try some? All these new experiences. So we're gonna cut these up just a little bit and we're gonna put those in there. What about this? Have you ever seen this before?
No.
Okay, this one's called fennel. Do you like licorice? It smells like licorice. No?
Black licorice.
Black licorice, all right. We're gonna take something that's called a mandolin, just gonna shave them in there. And here we have an onion. And this is a really sweet local onion called Walla Walla onion. And we just shave it right into this bowl. And then we're gonna add some of those sweet tomatoes. They'll give us a little bit of nice color. Also add to the sweetness that blueberry already are supplying. You know, I think the blueberries are very easy to cook with. There's really no seeds to contend with, there's nothing. Especially when you get them from your uncle. These are the dried blueberries that taste like raisins. We need to put some herbs in there. Some basil, we're just gonna roughly cut it. We have some of my other favorite herbs. You know what this one is? It's called dill. And this one is called cilantro. With these, I'm just going to simply tear it up and just tear it with my hands. And I think we have just 2 more ingredients to put in there. We have some really nice, beautiful radishes. So we're gonna slice it right in there.
What is that?
This one is called ice plant. Look, little icicles right here. It's meaty, has kind of lemony flavor to it. And then finally add our carrots and our beautiful bright orange aioli. Not too much, because you don't really want to overdress it. So this is perfect for a picnic, a nice family gathering. Just for the occasion, we picked some really nice flowers. I think we're just gonna garnish with the flowers to make it really look pretty. What do you think? Should we try it? They're edible nasturtiums is what they are. So these flowers you can actually eat. Have to finish with some blueberries. Perfect. That's a perfect garnish. You want to try it?
You first.
Okay, I'll try it. Delicious. A perfect taste of summer. So you've got the sweetness from the blueberries. We also have beautiful herbs. All those flavors are coming together really, really nicely. To me, it really tastes like summer. Next, we're gonna make that muffin. It's actually a Kuchen, and it's just a wonderful little pastry that highlights the really good flavor of the berries from the farm. We're gonna start by taking some sugar. You wanna scrape this butter in there for me? So we turn this on, and it starts mixing.
Cool.
Okay, we have 5 eggs, and put 1 egg at a time in there. Okay, now we've got a little vanilla, and then we're gonna just let it go for just a little bit. You know what this is right here?
No.
In French, they call it étamé. So it's basically a little aerator, and it also gets rid of lumps in the flour. So we're gonna take the flour, we're gonna put it like that. We're gonna put our baking powder, and we're also gonna take our salt. You know why we put salt in there? I mean, it's a sweet dish. Salt tends to bring out the sweetness. We're gonna take this, and we're gonna shake it right over this paper.
Okay.
Really simply like this. See all these lumps? We don't want them.
Okay.
Okay, good. Pick it up just like this, and then add it to our batter. A little bit at a time, until it just gets incorporated. We don't want to beat it too much, and we lower the speed just a little bit so that the flour gets a chance just to incorporate. We're done. In order for it not to stick, we're gonna take some butter and brush it on the outside.
Is this a breakfast or a dessert?
I think it kind of falls somewhere in between.
Where exactly does the name come from?
A Kuchen is actually a German word, and it actually means a cake. So we're basically making a blueberry cake. We're gonna load, about this much in there,
Okay.
and then we're gonna top it with blueberries.
Are those our blueberries?
Yes, they are. Those are the ones you guys picked.
They're good.
Okay. Now, do you know why I'm not really filling it all the way to the top?
So they can rise.
Okay, I think we're good now. While the Kuchen is cooking, we're going to make a blueberry sauce. We have some orange zest in there. We have a little cassis, which is a nice sweet liqueur made out of black currants. We have a little sugar and some blueberry. Not that your blueberries need more sugar, but just, it needs a little bit more sweetness. So we're going to carefully pour this in there. So we're gonna turn it on low, slowly turn it to the right. All right, let's keep it there for about a minute. Now take the dial and then quickly switch it all the way to the left. Perfect.
What's that thing?
What we do to make the sauce very smooth is we strain it. We're gonna take our sauce, pour it in here. It's amazing how it changes color. Blueberries are all of a sudden turning a little bit red. Push it lightly through. We're removing the seeds or leaving the seeds behind.
Okay.
And then the sauce is gonna be on the bottom. That's perfect. Okay, you like sweet things?
That's pretty good.
All right, well, let's put that aside and see if the cakes are ready, and then we'll serve. And it looks like they're coming out perfectly. So we put one like this. We're gonna put just a little bit of creme fraiche over the top. There's that sauce. Kind of do a little swirly little design. Why don't you decorate with some fresh blueberries? Come on, don't be shy. All right, you try first. Tell me what you think. Go right through the center. Try some of this cream together with it. Oh, the moment of truth. Let me try it, just to make sure.
It's good.
It's good. I think it's better than good. Hey, it's pretty awesome.